Hello, everybody. It's DJ again with another kind of devotional slash my thoughts for the day. As I was continuing my study in the book of Job, now I've gotten through all three of the initial responses of Job's friends, and the big driving point here, struck me, and I had to actually go back and listen to my last devotional because I thought, man, I feel like I've already said a lot of this, but with the devotional, with the verses I've been reading, with what I think God's been laying on my heart, conversations I've had with my wife, it just keeps coming up. I feel like this is a lesson that God's really trying to pound into my head. And, sometimes it takes quite a bit of pounding to get things through my skull. So I thought, maybe it doesn't hurt to go over it again. At this point in Job, all of Job's three friends here who came to comfort him, I guess, have responded. And they all three have responded with basically the same advice, that Job had sinned and that his suffering was a result of this sin. Now, of course, we as readers know that that's not the case. There was a couple verses that really stuck out to me. In Job chapter 13, verses 5 and 6. Job says to Zophar, who's the third of the friends to respond, "If only you would be altogether silent. For you, that would be wisdom. Hear now my argument. Listen to the pleas of my lips." And in those verses, what I hear is Job is asking for his friends to just be quiet and listen to what he has to say. He's already responded to two of his friends and said, in response to their accusations that his suffering was a result of his sin, he's already said, I have not, sinned. This is not happening because of sin. I'm blameless and things like that, which of course we as the readers now know is true, but his friends clearly did not. So he's asking them, please stop, convicting me and accusing me of all these things and listen to what I have to say to you. Listen to my side of the argument. In my Bible, which is an NIV translation, this is cross-referenced with Proverbs 17:28. So I decided to flip back to Proverbs. And if you guys have listened or read my blog at all, I spent time going through the entire book of Proverbs. But I flipped back to see what this verse in Proverbs said. Proverbs 17:28 says, "Even fools are thought wise if they keep silent, and discerning if they hold their tongues." So again, it's a call to listen, to stop talking and listen. I don't really have a better way to put it. Which is interesting, especially that I'm reading this again this morning, because just last night, actually, I sat down and had a conversation with my wife, and I was asking some of her advice on a situation at work. And basically, it came down to her ultimate advice was basically shut your mouth, listen, and just don't speak. And just try to be understanding of the situation. And I think that's really what Job was trying to say to his friends. And I think that the takeaway from chapters, going back all the way until chapter 4, where Eliphaz starts with his advice, all the way up now till chapter 15, the end of Job's response to the third of his friends. I think for me, that's a big takeaway from those verses, especially when people are suffering, when they're having a hard time. A lot of times they just need us to listen. They don't need our advice. They don't need us to tell them the solution to get out of the problem. They just need our empathy and our compassion, and for us to listen and hear what they're saying and try to understand their situation. So that's my takeaways from my studies today. Hopefully it can have some impact in your lives as well. Have a good day.